Hey, we're in. We're trying to find content. I've heard that it's outnumbered on this, so we'll start on red. We'll see how we go. And then also, if we're gonna play Chrono, I should probably record tonight. Go ahead and pop open recording. Go to microphone, headset, push to talk. Point you at primary monitor. Off we go. Start recording. This tower is also contested, so we might be about to take it back. It was contested previously. You'll see. You'll all see. It is kind of messed up that it was contested and now it's not. I don't know how all that happened. No, man. No, it was contested, man. No. Don't make me... Oh, wait, I can't. I ran up here before I transitioned the stream over to live. It was still on the going live screen. God, no one's ever going to know this is contested now. That's so messed up. I can't say F yet, because the VOD might still get demonetized. I can say that F word in like a minute or two. Am I excited to play with new people tomorrow? It's hard to say, because it looks like our link for next month is Punk, who we've played with 3 times, and Mag, who we'll never see. So I don't actually think we're gonna see any new people at all. I think we're going to be the only group that ever runs on Borderlands. And EBG is going to be queued 24/7 for like 30 days. Now, I'm excited about that in like some respects. Because we haven't been linked to Mag, and Team Chat should be really, really interesting. But on the other hand, we will have literally no guilds to work with. Like, our upcoming team is... Where is it? Here? World versus World guilds. We're on Tombs of Draskir next month. Mytal and Rush, both C guilds. We'll never see them. Magswag, always on EBG. We'll never see them. I do get to see Zeri with chat. That'll be fun. I don't think we've been linked together before. Crew, I don't know who that is. Doliax of Chaos, I don't really know who that is. Name Censored Dry, don't know who that is. KSC, TV Eagle, don't really know them. Long Horizon, don't know them. Punk, we've seen them arguably too many times. And Waffle House War Crimes, I don't know who that is. So, I'll have a chance to see Zeri, and that'll be kind of fun. And I'll have a chance to meet new people from guilds that I have never heard of before, but I don't think they participate in any alliances. So I may actually just never run across them. We'll see. After this link, it'll be welcome, though. After having Jade and Dead and Rar and Evo and Boz all on the same team, I would very happily take a bunch of maps that just don't have people on them for a month. And then by the end of next month, I'm going to be like, God, I can't wait to see another warm body. It is gonna be Tumbleweed City. Oh, shit. Wait, I think I have all these already. Never mind. I'll take a Kaiser Snake Mace skin. 8 of 16. Sure. Like the look of my next team? I love it. I absolutely love our next team. I was just talking to Star about it. I think our next team rules. We are the only NA guild on the entire team, and we're just going to have Magswag sitting on EBG, constantly PPTing us so that we can stay in like the mid T2s. I do not think that team is nearly big enough to compete for T1, even though it has Mag available. But I also don't think it's so bad that we'll never like get out of T4. I think it's going to work really, really well. I actually think a lot of the teams next month look pretty good. I think it's definitely better than this month. There's not really a single team that jumps out at me that's like, that's too many guilds on the same server. The only one that looks a little sus is, are you guys linked with Indo, or was that somebody else that got linked with Indo? I'd have to double check. Yeah, you guys. So, yeah, DGen, BTD, and SE is like it's a little heavy. I think you could probably move one of those guilds somewhere else, but overall, I think it's probably fine. I have started asking anytime I see somebody complaining about the team allocations, asking like, where would you have put the other guild on your team? And that always provokes some interesting discussion. In that case, I think the only server that really doesn't have a good fight guild on it is it Duena's Temple? No, they've got BGC. They should be fine. There was one that I was like, they could probably stand to get one fight guild. Was it Moogaloo? Hold on, I broke the spreadsheet. Trying to reconnect. It's not an internet issue. Refresh me. I think I just broke the spreadsheet. Oh, there we go. It's not Moogaloo. Some tools might not be available due to heavy traffic in this file. Oh, shit. That's why everybody's checking the spreadsheet. Throne of Balthazar? I don't think it's Throne of Balthazar. Like, I don't know what server you would move one of those three guilds to. Because it looks like everybody has at least one decent fight guild. For the most part. Is it Ludgardus? Kind of, but Ludgardus is pretty big. They just don't have one big fight guild on them. And then what about Cathedral of Blood? Yeah, I don't know where you'd put them. I think it looks good this month. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it looks really good. HOJ? Let me look at HOJ. Hall of Judgment. I mean, you guys are NA stacked for sure. But you do get DT, you do get Rise, you do get Dog. Hey, the NA stacking is a little heavy, I guess, but it's not that bad. I would maybe move Prosecute somewhere else. Put Prosecute on Duena's Temple, maybe. Because the only really big guild there that's holding things down is BGC. And that probably balances it out a bit better. Yeah, actually, that's a swap that I would make. If I had to. Send SE to Duena's Temple, and then I think those teams look fine. I mean, the OCX and the C is also definitely still an issue, but I don't play OCX or C, so I wait for other people to tell me how that looks. I don't know how the balance is for that next month. I should also not get all my supply drained here by just standing in a cow. I mean, it sucks that the algorithm isn't set up to accommodate it, but the cool thing about Cornerstone is that we don't really have to worry about whether we have good off-hours coverage with C and OCX, because we just have one C guild, and we have one OCX guild, and we have one late PSD guild. So there's always people on. Like, between midnight to 10 a.m., you can basically play with 3 different guilds. Continue to complain about keep waypoints in the initiative. Yes, sword and kill morale improves. Good. That's what the initiative Discord is for. It's for endless complaining until stuff improves. Like, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I was the guy who was saying that if you're gonna run a bonus week, you should run it in the last week of a matchup. And lo and behold, here we are in the last week of a matchup running no downstate. It's like, I'm not going to say it was me. I think that's presumptive. But I am going to say I have made that suggestion multiple times, both on stream, in initiative, like on the forums, on Reddit, in videos. I've made that suggestion everywhere. Because nobody gives a shit in the last week. So if you're going to do something that's disruptive to the way that most people play World versus World most of the time, the last week of a matchup is a really good time to do it. Obstructed, excuse you? I should also be in rifle here. Sword doesn't really do anything when I'm just wandering around. Just gives like non-stop resistance to people. I'm trying to figure out what my next thing to complain about initiative is. Because previously it was, you should run more bonus weeks. And now that they're doing that, I don't know. I gotta find something else to gripe about. It's the nature of a World versus World main to never be happy with anything and only complain. So I'm just doing my duty. That's reflex. But I can put a phantasm up there. Never mind, I can just be obstructed. That's fine too. Join you in your crusade against the Watchtower debuff? I think Watchtower is good. Like, I don't know. It's so early to do this, Star. I've only been live for like 10 minutes, but here we go. I think there's a lot of small scale groups that say they're good at defending and that they like defending, but then they also want excuses to easily capture towers when they go on the offensive. And the issue with towers is that it's really easy to flip a tower when you're committed to flipping that tower. As Viridian has showed with like, oh my god, nice pull. You can obliterate a tower lord in like 30 seconds. The scaling does not matter. So if you punch your way through the wall fast with like, you know, siege golems, and then you punch your way through the lord fast, it's almost impossible for a defense group to respawn to a tower unless they're basically waiting for the tower to contest and standing near it. So yeah, Watchtower's annoying perma reveal is bad, but it is probably the best tool in a defender's kit to get to a tower, to know that somebody is coming to a tower. Also, hello, Zesh. And also, Astrid's right. There are some Tactivators that are just absolutely useless. Like, you should never use auto turrets ever. I can't get max out. Langor Watchtower reaching Blue Key Watergate is stupid. That's true. Like, you could think about reworking some of the radii. Ooh, Mystery Portal? Sure. I get out of combat with this. Never mind. Good trip shot. Watchtower should be inner only? I don't know. I think it should be like 2000 range of walls and gates. Inner only is still not going to give you enough time to respawn. I mean, honestly, the contest change did a lot of work for improving the feasibility of defense events. Now that you can just take shots at a tower from well outside of detection distance, but it will still contest. And it turned contest into a more reliable marker for whether something is actually being threatened. They're dropping. Here's a time warp. Roll in one. I get a little mini CS out of it. They're all gone. Alright. They probably need to be a little bigger. Back to green. Slightly reduce the radius to fix the blue keep thing and remove the reveal. I think the problem is that Watchtower doesn't reveal in terms of radius. I think the problem is that Watchtower reveals in terms of like where it's delineated on the map, which is why the radiuses are like weirdly inconsistent in some cases. I don't think Watchtower radius works the same way that like a sentry radius works. But I could be wrong. I don't actually know the mechanics behind it. I just go on vibes. If we just show everyone's location to everyone else by default. Actually, great idea for a bonus week. It's perma revealed. All players are revealed to all enemies at all times. You genius. You genius. Dude, we gotta get Cecil back in chat so that I can suggest that one to him. Just ruin every single thief's entire day when they're trying to roam. Alright, fine, I'll use my stability. Fine. Yeah, I don't know enough. You know who would know is Aret. You can just bother him next time you see him in Guild Wars 2 chat and Alliances and ask him how Revealed works. I'm sure he knows. Also, increasing base scaling on Lords would probably be smart as well. Like, keep it low so that small scale groups can actually flip towers as an activity, but then increase the scaling factor for bigger groups. Like, time to kill on a Lord for a tower should probably be like a minute to a minute 10 based on what the response time is like, but for a bigger group, you could push that to like 3 or 4 minutes. But like the other problem is, and I mean this in a way that's like respectful, even though it does not sound respectful at all, most world versus world players are bad. Like really bad. And that's part of the problem with balancing defense objectives, is that defense right now is actually really, really strong. If you are a defender with a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill and you know what you're doing, you can make it almost impossible to break into an objective. But most defenders are bad. And so they lose objectives easily, and then they go, defense is too hard, I can't do this. But it's a skill, like in the most respectful way that I can manage, it's a skill issue. It's not like a balance issue. Don't fall in the hole. Where is Zick? Where did he get pulled? I don't see him. He's down here? Oh, he's down there. I love that he called after he's dead. I even had a rifle 5 for you. No, I'm here as well. I'm also on Mesmer. Because I'm streaming, yeah, but like, what do you need me to do? He's mad that I'm not talking. Sad, sad, sad. Too busy streaming. Get on, idiot. Here, have some stab. Yeah, and it's exactly the same deal with Lord HP. Like, I can rifle. I don't have portal on though. I can get out of combat for it. Here, I'll drop a rifle for it. I'm dropping a rifle anyway. I opened it. I can't believe I actually heard him. But yeah, when those lore changes went live, the Verdian made that video that was like, hey, here's my 4-man comp that's like 4 untamed, and we can burn a lord in like 20 seconds. I already used it. It's on cooldown. 15 seconds. A little less, because I can self-attack. You want me to try and get all the way out of combat and drop a portal? Okay. 5 seconds. Hold on, I have to focus. I have to lock in. Alright, rifle's ready, rifle's ready. Dropped it. Opened it. Okay. We're kind of getting pushed on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to hit sword 2 because I don't trust myself. But yeah, it's a question of how do you balance around like most players being bad and then a small handful of players being really good. Because if you balance around most players being bad, then those small handful of players that are really good are just going to have an enormous skill gap. And it's going to be demoralizing for people to try and play against. If you balance around the small handful of players being good, it's up. Yeah, I'll wait until you push the tail. I need to get more stab back. Alright, I'm gonna go drop it now. I didn't want to get, like, punted out. Oh my god, finally. I dropped a rifle as well. Okay. I did everything I could to drop portals for him in. Alright, now that we got Boz in, I can focus on chat again. Tell him that having all 4 towers should also spawn EB keep waypoint. That was okay, so that's actually a sick idea. Because there have been so many people arguing about, like, oh, you should get keep waypoint at T1, oh, you should get keep waypoint at T0, etc. If your keep waypoint was tied to owning the sentry towers for your keep, that would be really neat. I don't know how you do it for Bay and Hills on, like, the Borderlands, but for the EBG keep, I can see that 100%. Because that would also be a tactical incentive to hit those towers every once in a while. Pulling 3, 2, 1, pull. I did not do that. I tried to do that, I did not do that. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I was paying attention. It depends on how much supply we started with. Then it took none of our supply, because, like... No, it didn't take any... You don't understand zero. You need to go back to Arabia to relearn the concept of none. Zero. Anything times 0 is 0. You code. You should know this. Nah, they're chilling. Probably. I don't know. I didn't look. I don't know. Like, they're 35 people. If they're not chilling, it's just they need to work on that. Pulling 3, 2, 1. Pulling. Almost got one. I'm so locked in, okay? I'm insanely locked in on playing Chrono. I can't comment on anything else. But also, like, when you're locked in, should you be paying attention to other people? I don't think so. Good pull. Wasn't me, by the way. I'm locked in, it just wasn't off cooldown. Pulling more. Ah, never mind, he's out already. I'll just leave it there. Can I tell Amanda I'm locked in? I can't because she's downstairs, but also I can only explain like one internet lingo to her per month. And I already spent my entire month explaining the concept of the I can't emoji to her, so. Pulling on corner in 3, 2, 1, pulling. Immunes. Good road. I can tell her that you said hi, yeah, I'll do that next time she comes out. Get him mobbed? Never mind. Good evade. I should really be giving myself a lack here. I need to remember that my shatters give me just a tiny little morsel of a lack. A little sliver of a lack. Pulling that corner in 3, 2, 1, pulling. Got one. I did this. I'm going for a move on that. I think I can reach. I can't reach. Never mind. Alright, now we lack up. We'll just use the first two. Time sink is 40 seconds. I don't necessarily want to blow that. Plus, this is the one that's a daze. So we really want to save that for when we're clashing in melee. In case we have melee. Night Fury. Night Fury said to go green BL. I don't think he should have done that personally. I think that was a bad call. I'm pulling on corner in 3, 2, 1, pulling. Got one, got one, got one. He's so locked in. He's so locked in. He's the most locked in that anyone has ever been. Collecting W's in comms, also getting pulls. There's nothing he can't do. I did that. I did that. Yum. Wall 33. Good try. Good try. Pulling on corner 3, 2, 1, point. Almost. Oh, there we go. That's an assist on that one. D-banner timed out. It's on a 4-minute cooldown. It timed out. It doesn't matter. It timed out. No, it timed out. It's 4 minutes left. Pull the corner 3, 2, 1, point. You're not seeing it up there right now. You're just lying for fun on the internet. And I think that's messed up. I don't think you should do that. They don't have supply. They can't raise the wall. It's not possible. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's like right here, I think, is the spot. Please come closer to my pole. You're in danger. Holy cow. You got some distance on that one. Good dodge, good dodge, good dodge. You got any stances? Nope. No. I can't believe they won. This dude really saying let's PVD? I'm gonna log off. Alright, let's go get some supply and then we'll come right back. Waypointing spawn. Oh. All right, later. I updated Arc and I'm fine, so. Enemy players 52, down dead 102. I love that. Yeah, don't update Arc until it breaks, and then update. Oh, jeez. Boz? Boz must have gone north. Okay. No, that's not Boz. Boz is South Camp. Who the hell is at that tower then? Man, Green is having a busy night. There's 10 supply on this tower, so I'm on wide. No, we said there was no supply on the tower. Well, now there's none. I should also probably be running a utility. There we go. 95 concentration. I wonder if I could get that higher. Concentration, concentration. Am I running infusions? I am running infusions. I'm running all infusions. Where would I get another 5 concentration without using like a stacking sigil? Leadership is max BD. I think I'm stuck. Oh, I probably shouldn't be running Selly food. That'd probably get me to like 96. Going from 45 to 100. No, that'd be like 2%. Take me to 97. This can go. There we go. Boz OJ's on Sentry. No, that's OJ's on a Sentry. It's just a Sentry that's lasting a really long time. The Sentry's kiting them. They are probably just fighting DC down there, though. There's BDF coming back. The question is, who'd they kill at the tower? Because if DC's down here, there has to be a second blue group on map. A blue group that died to BDF. There's a ballista on the hill behind us, to the north. I'm body blocking. I'm body blocking. No! It's inner wall out. Building. I'm jumping. Come on, wall. Come on, wall. There we go. We have some swiftness. What relic am I running on Chrono? Zephyrite? Yeah, that's probably fine. We could sow PVD. Get him. Got him? Oh my god. Immob him? Good invulns? Ah, you'll get away. You live this time. Gate 100, but we'll oil up. We can at least take out this cannon build site. Okay, at least send these back to spawn, buy us a little bit of time. Yeah, that mortar can hit. I'm gonna go pull on it. Pulling in front, 3, 2, 1, pulling. Miss. He's going up. Okay. I'll stick with Buzz. Good snap pull. Wait, that wasn't a warrior. How'd you do that? Good evade. Alright, I at least know how to pull in this corner. Yoink. It's not quite there. Good pull. Good pull. I'm gonna go help bomb, because nobody's around in that corner to get pulled right now. Maybe like right here. Miss? Alright, never mind. Fire off a couple cleanses. Let's keep people healthy here. Yeah, that's just like too fast. Wait, where did you die? How did you die that fast? Swiftness here. Get him out. Red Lake Big Party. That is our home tower. Address? Not address. Cannons up again. Can at least take this out. Kind of. You gotta catch up. Have some swiftness. Take your swiftness. Pull behind you. How did Boz get inside? How did you get inside? Oh, you took the wall down. Holy cow. When did they do that? Good job, Boz. Yeah, one cattle lived, and that was all we needed. Hello, how you doing, my Googum? Hello. Good evade. A whisper that I'm not gonna read out loud. What did I do? I didn't do anything. It's just a complaint from somebody who is a friend of mine about the state of the game. Stitches in your index finger, so a lot of typos. Yeah, dude, I was taking some dishes down yesterday, and one of them was a plate that had a knife on it, and the knife fell off the plate, and fortunately landed like blade side up. Otherwise, it would have either damaged my foot or worse, the stairs. But yeah, you never go for a falling knife. You gotta fight your instincts on that one. This game is dog piss ass shit. Fuck Giga Turbo rectal cancer. Close. It was a comment about trying to work successfully with a specific other guild from an enemy player, and a general complaint about the way that this server's going. I don't know. I think like I'm benefiting from it right now, so I'm not gonna make like too many claims about it, but I think the ability to work well with others is like a fundamental world versus world skill. I'm not saying that everybody can successfully work with everybody else, and that like if you have disagreements, you're not an effective world versus world player. But I do think there's a lot of people who play world versus world who try absolutely nothing when working with other guilds or working with other players, and then when that doesn't work, they throw up their hands and they go, I'm so tired of this game mode being ruined by other people. Like I've had some productive relationships with guilds that are not typically considered to be great, because I've taken the time to just like talk through a couple things and be like, hey, here's my plan for this fight. I'm going to walk you through very simple, like, I'm going to push. When I push, when you see that veil, I need you guys to get ready to respond. And I've managed to, like, win fights. Sometimes. With groups that you wouldn't expect to perform that well. It takes a lot of work. I'm not going to say that like everyone should do it, but I think there's a lot of people who don't bother at all. Like they never talk to another commander and they just expect the other commander to read all of their movements perfectly. And then when they don't, they're like, this guild is garbage. I'm never playing with this guild again. It's like, you got to put a little time in. Yeah, I would love to turn that into a commander camp at some point. It's just a really complicated episode. I need to figure out like exactly how I would want to structure it. But I think that a commander camp on how to work successfully with your allies and then how to fight successfully against like a 2v1 would be a really neat pair of commander camp episodes. This is ours, by the way. You should probably not push into it. You have a tag on your team where he's like, everyone in map has to prove their worth to join their squad. Some people are like masochists. And they're content running that squad. And they're like, I only had 3 people join my squad today, but that's because everybody is cowards and they don't want to follow a real leader. But most commanders are like, I would hope, introspective enough to realize that if nobody's joining your squad, it might be because you're not fun to be around. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I put too much credit in the people's ability to, like, reflect on their own actions. But I've definitely had nights where I've commanded for K&T where people have left early and, like, mood has generally been down. And as I've thought about that, the way that, like, that night went, I've been like, I could have improved on some things from, like, my own mental to have made that raid more fun. And I think I actively harmed it instead of making it like a leisure time activity that people wanted to participate in. But then there's other times where I'm like, I commanded really well and other players around me played like dog water for an hour and a half and it's not my fault. And both can be true. Both of those can be true. Because sometimes your squad do be playing real bad. And no amount of yelling and or constructive criticism can get them to improve. Sometimes it's just like a blood moon or whatever. Anyone need 2 scavenged obsidian weapon boxes? I don't know what's in them, you mean. But I'm probably fine. Abiotic Factor is on sale for $20. Pancake, nobody's playing Abiotic Factor anymore. Everybody's playing Repo now. Repo is the new hotness. Is that a stealth blast here? What was that in that corner? What is going off in that? It's like one person stealthing in that corner right now. Or is it a... Oh, is it a reveal turret? Yeah. Oh, look at this sneaky fucking sentry turret over here. You know what? You can have it. Honestly, that's a really clever placement of a sentry turret. You can keep it. It's all yours. You did a great job. I thought Schedule 1 killed Reaper already. They're different games. Schedule 1 is like, well, maybe they're not. I thought Schedule 1 was single player, though. Is Schedule 1 multiplayer? Because I thought that, like, Abiotic Factor and Repo and Lethal Company are all in, like, the extraction looter genre. Oh, hottest game at this exact second. Yeah, that might be Schedule 1. But I think there's, like, the hottest... I think there's the new hotness, but it also goes in genres. Like, there's the new hotness for, like, 4-player looting a multiplayer game, which is, like, you know, Abiotic Factor, Headliners, Repo, Lethal Company. Before that, it was... I guess this is also the category that, like, Dead by Daylight falls into as well. And to a lesser extent, Among Us, I guess. Oh, and what's the ghost taking a picture of ghost games? Phantasm? No. Phasmophobia. Like, all of those games are in the let's do something fun with my friends category. And then Schedule 1 is just in, like, the this is the game that everybody's streaming right now category. But I guess if it's multiplayer, I don't know, man. Like, all I do is sit around and play Guild Wars 2 and then, like, complicated single-player games, so I'm not going to be expert. I do think it would be really fun at some point to do, like, a World versus World Commanders play Repo or play Lethal Company or something like that. Let's take a bunch of people from Guild Wars 2 who are used to giving other people instructions and then have them yell at each other while, like, avoiding danger for an hour. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I haven't summoned the motivation to actually put it together. When I say complicated, do I mean Hoi 4 or, like, one of those games? I would say Factorio falls into the complicated game category. Before that, Project Zomboid falls into, like, the complicated crunchy mechanics category. I think those are the only two big ones. Wait, Hoi 4, well, yeah, I don't know that I would ever stream Hoi 4. That's a little complicated. I've thought about streaming CK3. I think CK3 could be interesting, but there's so much downtime in CK3. And I don't feel like I could keep the action going. It might be an interesting game for, like, the VODs channel, because I can just cut out all the boring stuff that happens in the middle. But I don't know about streaming CK3. Doc running to hills. Yeah? Just roam on your shit builds and play survival crafting games. This is the way. That's the way for sure. It's like me sitting in queue and playing Balatro and hoping that my queue doesn't pop, so I can play more Balatro. Or Peglin. I'll do Peglin sometimes too. But man, like, before I got up in ranks, when I was still, like, rank 4K and I wasn't doing much commanding and I actually had to pip out by, like, AFK flipping towers and camps and shit, I was doing a lot of, like, idle games while I waited for my participation to tick down. These days, I take up for one night, I get, like, 18 tick pips, and I'm done by, like, Wednesday. Usually don't even have to log in on Thursdays. Actually, I might need to play on Thursday this week. Oh, because I only ran for 2 hours last night. Yeah. Even got hate mail today from a plaid veteran. That's when you know you've made it. To this day, and this is not like an invitation for people in chat to do it, it has to be organic or it doesn't count. I still haven't gotten hate mail. So I'm like not technically a world versus world meme. Just don't tell anyone. And I've had a lot of messed up roaming fights. Like people, when I'm waiting for the squad to get going, on nights where I'm commanding, I'll just wander around and like roam on people with incredibly heavy air quotes on my bunker commanding build that has like 38,000 health and does no damage. And I always expect that one to get comments like, oh, nice bunker build, you know, never play this game again, but it never happens. People are too polite these days. I gotta start an alt account so it's not obvious that I'm chef, and then I bet I would get hate whispers. I'm tapping them. I mean, I'm minstrel, I can only tap them. I'm sending one right now. It's not organic, it won't count. It has to be organic hate mail based on actions that I took in the game that somebody disagreed with on such a personal level that they had to take time out of their day to tell me how they feel about me. That's the only way it counts. Otherwise, it doesn't nourish me. Play Minstrel Harp and hit people for 8k with Spear 2. Aster, are you still here? Do you have any do you have any thoughts on this comment? Aster told me about the secret Minstrel Harbinger technology like probably a month ago. I still haven't gotten around to it, but it does sound very stupid. So I would play that. Especially because I just like Harbinger. Like, Harbinger's fun. But also, secretly, I hope that people keep running roaming Minstrel builds. Because I think Minstrel is probably due for a stat readjustment. So that core supports in the game can run something different. Because every single core support under the sun in a world versus world Zerg runs Minstrel, and there's no thought required in what attributes you take. Because Minstrel's just the best. But imagine a world where Minstrel didn't exist and you had to run, like, I don't know, Givers or something. Meant to go try it out like a week or two ago and downloaded a Reaper build instead. How much better did... So, context, I know nothing about roaming. I only know, like, fundamentals. How much better did roaming on Power Necro get? Or Power Reaper get? When it got sorted. Because it always seemed like Reaper's biggest issue was lack of mobility. And Sword 3 kind of rocks for mobility. Did it help you at all, or do you just play Spear because Spear is good? You don't know, you've been playing Necro for 2 weeks. That's 1 week and 5 days longer than I've roamed on Necro. So you do know better than I do, at least. Not as good as other roaming classes, but still something. Okay, interesting. I'll take that. It's always struck me as just not great, because the lack of mobility feels horrendous when you're playing it in a Zerg. And my impression of mobility and roaming is that it's orders of magnitude more important, based on, like, Thief and Willbender being really good. And Harbinger obviously has no mobility issues, because you've got double leaps in your Shroud. But I've also seen some people make some pretty sick plays with, like, Fleshworm or Spectral Walk, which are, like, clunky mobility skills, but still technically mobility skills. I'm coming to help Zach. Helping my friend, helping my friend. They got Melody too. True will be fine. He's baiting people into roaming on him. He's looking for fights because there's nothing else to do. It's a mixed feeling kind of thing. Some people think they're 3 kills when they see one. I would certainly think that. You can just kite them. They don't have great Condi cleanse. And once you've dealt with their second health bar, you can kind of drain them on life force as long as you just pressure them once they've used their shroud the first time. I don't know. I should roam more. I think if I put in the requisite number of hours to, like, go from bad roamer to average roamer, I would start to enjoy it. I just don't want to put in the amount of time required to go from bad roamer to average roamer. If I thought I could do it in, like, 15, 20 hours, I would, but I feel like it would probably be closer to, like, 100. Oh wait, obstructed. Hang on. Right, I don't need to cheat. Nobody's coming. Yeah, but Leafy hasn't pinged that he's tagging up, and usually he would. Actually, I can just go look at the RAR Discord. Hang on. I'll go spy. There's 2 people in comms. They're tagged up. Oh wait, one of them is Jukebox. Never mind. No. Oh, you can see their private raids, man. That's neat. Cooler guy than I am or whatever. Okay. I mean, the neat thing about Guild Wars as like a mechanical MMO is that it kind of incentivizes you to not stick to a class. I feel like it's a mistake that a lot of new players make that are coming from other MMOs, where they're like, I have to pick my main. I have to figure out what my main class is. Can anybody help me pick a main? And it's like, just work on all your professions. Almost all of them have uses in most game modes. And there's so much of your progression in Guild Wars that's account-wide that you're not really like wasting time dumping an investment into a profession. Like, there was a guy who came into Twitch chat yesterday who was like, hey, I'm coming back for the first time since, like, 2019. Is support scrapper still good? And I was like, yeah, and the best part is that Druid is also really good, and it also uses Minstrel, and all you need to switch out are your weapons. Everything else you can just poach. And then you work on, like, 1 gear set, and you have 2 professions. You just have to get him to 80. Oh yeah, it was Satija. There he is. So yeah, you spin up new characters until you have all 9 professions, and then you just kind of like, you go based on vibes. You're like, what do I feel like playing tonight? Or if you're me, you play whatever you want on Fridays, you command on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday you wait for somebody to tell you what to do. And you just run the gamut of full experiences. That's a lot of dots at that T3 tower. It did drop like 15 spots, yeah. Hardest part is figuring out which to go for Ascended first. That's true, but even then, like with Wizard Vault, you get it eventually. And it's okay to roll in exotics. It's not ideal, but you can. That's bad. Resistance here. No, 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 no. Come back here. I don't give a... Oh, God, they're going to glide. All right, later. Too slow. Too slow. Do you live through this? You do. Holy cow. All right. That... You're not going to live through that, though, Sigurd. Oh, Woods, I would love to save you, but there's people inside. I don't think I can. Did you release yet? I can get him. I can get him, man. I'm gonna get him. I'm getting him. He released. This son of a bitch. I cannot believe that he would release after I risk my life to drop down to him. And the other neat thing about your world versus world descendants is eventually you can turn them into your legendaries. Although I wouldn't do that unless you're like really sure that you like world versus world, because they're pretty grindy. But it's like it's the same shit. You buy all your ascendants from the skirmish supervisor, and then you just upgrade them over time. Did my commander make it into EBG? Is that why he left? He did. That piece of shit. Ah, we're only 10. It's not that bad. Might as well try the other light armor classes. Wait, what the hell? Did your Q out? Oh, son of a bitch. Good, we're not private and we're on anyone can join. I'm gonna farm pips as long as I'm gonna be stuck on this piece of shit map. Alright, keep working on this gate. You guys are doing great. Stay on this gate. I'll man this ram. Can somebody... Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to play on Thursday. Ugh. Gross. Also true. Can I get pulls on gate? Pulls on, they're mass repairing. Pulls on gate here. Pulls on gate. Pulls on gate. Pulls on gate here. Pulls on gate. Big pulls on gate. Give me spike on gate. They're on left side. They're on left side. They're on left side. Pulls on left side. Spike on left side here. All right, they pulled off. It's all the way back up to 100. We're looking at portal now. They might try and push out. Just keep an eye behind you on this portal. Keep an eye behind you on this portal. PV door the gate, but you're looking towards portal. You're looking like arrow circle or circle heart. If they push out, we're just going to go directly to the spike. Thanks for the follow-up, by the way, Saticha. Give me pulls on gate in 3, 2, 1. Give me pulls on gate here. I see dots behind this gate. Blue plus 3s. What did you guys die to? Alright, pull off this. Yeah, pull off this, pull off this. I'm gonna go get like 5 people back. Pull off this, pull off this. Pull off this. Get ready to turn on this Scourge in 3, 2, 1. Turn on the Scourge. Target circle. Spike it. They wasted both their... Ah, good glide. Alright, let's go get our friends back. Do not linger in the tail. You're gonna get roamed on. That's a group that rezzed behind that gate. That was a coordinated res, but they didn't want to push it. Oh, it's Doc, of course. That was Doc. Alright, grab supply from this camp. Alright. Switch this to grid so I can see how many people I actually still have on this map. I mean, the nice part of light armors is that all 3 professions that can use it are good. Necro, Mesmer, and Ellie all have like at least one good Zerg build. And I think at least one good roaming build. So It's definitely a good investment. A couple of people coming from this sentry. Do they know that I'm here? Oh, they're mounted. Yeah, I'm spearing this Willbender. What are they going to do? Push me? Come on. Kill this Willbender. They're just going to go back into the keep. Off they go. Protect tail here. I'm going up on this rock. What are they going to do? Counter siege me? Yeah, you're right. He will. Alright, let's move up. Good trap. We're going to go left side. We're going to build katas. I can't believe I actually have katas. Yeah, the attunements take like a little bit of work to get used to, but once you have the hang of them, they're actually really neat. Ellie is super flexible. They don't exactly let you pivot between like pure DPS or pure support, I guess, unless you're playing like Selly Catalyst or something like that. But each of the attunements definitely has like a theme. Like if you're playing Support Tempest, for example, your water attunement is for healing and Condi Cleanse. Your earth attunement is for boons. Your air attunement is for crowd control. And you don't use fire. And once you kind of understand what the philosophy of each attunement is, I think it makes it a lot easier to kind of understand what attunement you should be in and when. Which is the biggest skill hurdle to get over with Kato. Also, what's up, Ari? How you doing? Mesmer can't be staff fire wizard? That's very true. Where is this Treb coming from? Oh, it's that Treb. I saw that. There was no saving them. Alright, just stay in this corner. I'll grab it. If you want to play Fire Wizard, it's definitely Ellie first, and then it's like Core Burn Guard. And then those might be the only two. Maybe like Bladesworn. Bladesworn is kind of like fire-based. I'm going to take this wall down, and then I'm going to EBG. Later, losers. You have no tag on fire now. You have no tag on Red BL. Be careful. A point lead. Can I not do that when I'm dead? Wait, why did he go to Alpine BL? Oh, we went to green. No, that's disastrous. That's so disastrous. Okay, I've queued for Alpine BL, but I still have tag. I guess I'll just be tag here. We are horrendously split between maps right now. He's getting a little aggressive about what map he wants to go to and when. Can at least grab supply here. How come you guys are crashing? Just, like, don't crash. True. My Alpine queue. I'm in. Yeah. I think, like, So I think that's true, Cal, but I also think like 80% of the stuff that Becca says she should probably not be saying. So it's like, yeah, there are. I, yeah, but like, yeah. Not having reinforced armor is hate mail worthy? No, it's a crutch. It's a crutch. Take this hills, maybe? Wish you could play cross-region. EU World versus World is dead. Isn't that because it's like 3 a.m. in EU, though? Oh, Ruthless, you're on map. Do you want tag? Can we take their Gary? No. No, you're all good here. I am a public facing figure at all times. Anything I ever say, you can repeat. If I tell you something that I don't want you repeating, number one, I shouldn't be telling it to you first. And number two, I will tell you if I'm like, I'd really prefer you not tell other people this. Build these cats, by the way. Yeah, 4 a.m. is just a hard time to find content in general. And I've been told that the C and the OCX scene is smaller on EU than it is in NA. I guess because it's like geographically as far away as possible from those places. Like, OCX ping on NA is bad, but at least you're only going under the Pacific. OCX ping in, you know, Germany must be a nightmare. Boz has OJs. Boz, what are you fighting over there? Let's see if he wipes to that. He's killed it. Okay, that wasn't anything. He has run over it and he is still moving. For what it's worth, Satija, I have mentioned that cross-region play would be neat. And I have been told that it is probably technically not feasible from like a technical perspective. Not feasible for a technicality, but like from a server architecture standpoint, they don't think it's something that they could do. Now that's not binding because it's something that somebody said in Twitch chat, but it sounds right. I think my commander needs a break from commanding. I think he needs just like a mental reset. I'm just gonna run things for a bit. Half power should do me here. A little less than half power would probably be fine. The ping if they mushed EU and NA would be a mess. Yeah, probably. True. I don't know. Can't you just like buy servers in like different places and then like light is really fast. Just put it in the cable, you know? Like make it go. Also, hello quietly. It's been a very long time since I saw you around. Hope you're doing well. The other thing that you guys can do, and this is like a little difficult, but you can apply for the partner program, and then you get EU NA transfers for free. Or it's more realistically, like a non-glib answer, you can make a second account. Start a second account, have one that's NA, have one that's EU, and then you can play on whichever one is fun. Having multiple accounts is actually huge quality of life. And it costs a little bit of money if you want to get the expansions, but it's super worth it. Like, before I got partner, I had 3 accounts. One of them was core only, and it did suck to gear it. One of them, I bought everything up to POF. But it was really, really handy. What did they die to? Requires to stream and make vids. It does, but like that's why I was like, you could just make a second account. A second account is much more feasible than just become a content creator, spend a year of your life on it, put in a couple applications, and then cross your fingers that you get it. And you can always run core. Like, you can just be pure core, you know? You can run core guard and you can be sort of functional in the Zerg. You can run base necro, you can be sort of functional as Zerg. It's not ideal, but... Don't know if they actually still take new partners. It has been a couple months since I saw any new partners, but I think they still, I don't think they've closed. I haven't heard that they've closed it. I haven't heard that partner program applications are like closed. Dragon Banner incoming, by the way. I'm just gonna stand in it. I'm gaming. I think he might be a Minstrel Scourge. It does no damage. It doesn't do any damage. It doesn't hurt me. Alright, easy. Is there anyone new making content for Guild Wars who's looking for partner but doesn't have it? Chomp, for sure. I know that Chomp is actively looking for partner, and I think I DM'd her about it once or twice. And I think AG might. I don't know if AG actually wants to be partner, but AG puts in insane hours on streaming and doesn't have it. Where are you? There you are. I was finding you. There you go. Alright, I'm going back to spawn. My commander's ready again. She's despairing about not being able to swap out of shit matchups. I mean, I think that Chomp would be a valuable partner. She puts in a lot of hours on streaming. She makes some really interesting contributions on initiative, and she's like a fairly active participant in the broader World versus World community. I think she'd be a good fit. And also, she's like a good representative for smaller scale World versus World, which doesn't have a great voice in the partner program right now. But it's also not up to me. So... Oh, this is where content is. What you guys doing up here? Green +3s. Do I have my stab mant already? I don't. That's fine, though. It's really hot. This is really hot, too. Oh, I thought I got that distort off. I forgot that this is, I forgot that this is boys. I need to dodge way faster. Boys spikes very, very hard. I can't just, like, slow roll myself. Personal target, food, wrench. Alright, fine, I'll cave. There. Reinforced armor. Now you know I'm getting sweaty. How's the state of World versus World these days? It's same as ever. People complain, but the game mode goes on. Like, complaining is fundamental to the World versus World experience, so I don't put a lot of faith in it. T1's always bad, T4's always bad. No downstate weeks back for the first time in like 3 years. No downstate's bad. We should get rid of no downstate. Actually, no downstate is good. The algorithm's broken. Actually, I'm happy with my team. My team is good. Off hours are dying. All of my off hours raids are getting canceled. Although I do actually put quite a bit of faith in that one. I think off hours NA is actually getting pretty close to like crisis levels of activity. And I'm generally fairly optimistic about the World versus World, so. But it's same as always. There's 2 big GVG tournaments coming up. There is an NA20s tournament in May, and there is an EU 15s in June. I am doing tournament admin for both of them, which is exciting. I've been wanting to make more inroads into doing tournament coordination, so that'll be good. And then there is a EU 5v5 tournament this weekend that I will also be casting, so I'm gonna be MasterCard up in this thing. Is that the one that's everywhere you want to be? I'm gonna be everywhere you want to be as far as tournament stuff goes. This isn't Factorio. You're about 40 minutes early, Abuelita. We'll be in Factorio in probably 30 to 40 minutes. I just have to finish my social obligations first. I have to hang out with my friends before I'm allowed to go grow orchards. This is Peglin? I wish this was Peglin. I wish I had gotten queued so I could just go play Peglin, man. Love Peglin. Also Ballionaire. I gotta pick up Ballionaire too. It's like Peglin, but it's not. You knew the no downstate thread was going to spark a lot of discussion in initiative? Wait until you check the forums. Man. I think on the front page of the forums, there's like 10 threads about downstate. And all of them are like 5+ pages. Bring back Golem Rush? I think Golem Rush should be okay. I also think that like a no stealth week would be cool, or like a permanently revealed week might be interesting. Roamers would hate it, but it would be interesting, and it would only be a week. But being able to see where enemies are on the map at all times. Now, would it end up being horrendous after like a day and a half? Because all the groups that don't want to fight would... It would be like insanely easy to just dodge out of the way of an incoming Zerg? Yeah. But it would be interesting, I guess. I don't know. Just remove the revealed aspect from the mark debuffed and the roamers wouldn't mind. That's true. So, if you decoupled revealed from marked, you would always appear on the map unless you were stealthed? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I put this in initiative and I stand by it, but I think that if you ran 4 bonus weeks a year, it would be interesting. You ran no downstate, you ran new hero jumpstart, you ran rush week, because rush week is fun with the meta achievement, and then you ran one other bonus event, whatever that bonus event was, that it would keep things fresh when World versus World is otherwise kind of stale. And you would run each of those on the last week of a matchup when most people are checked out and the queues won't be as bad. Run an event every week before resharding? I think you might burn people out if you did it every week. That'd be one bonus event a month. I think people might get a little fatigued by that, but maybe. I might go for some sort of week that supports Havoc and small group alpha hour play would be nice. Hey, the best suggestion that I've seen for that is, I think from Chomp, ironically enough. She was saying that it would be interesting if you closed Borderlands during off-hours periods, so that you could only go to EBG, and you just consolidated activity into a single map. Like, yeah, basically what Solas is saying. If you forced people into a single map so that it was easier to find other people in the matchup, both friends and enemies, I think that would help a bit. But I think at the same time, the algorithm needs a little help in how to treat off-hours groups so that you can get a little bit more even balancing of teams between the 12 NA and the 15 EU. But I think that's a decent consideration. Also does help with night PPT, yeah. I guess the way that it would work structurally is you'd like take a snapshot of the borderland at the end of a skirmish, and then you just leave it there. Like you'd put it in cold storage, and then when the activity can support the maps running again, you just pull that snapshot out of cold storage. So it's like it doesn't sit there and tick. They don't like generate score for you because the map is closed. But they also don't wipe back to like T0. It preserves the state that they were in when the map's closed. That would probably be the most fair way to do it. That's a... yeah. Should probably spin up a thread on that for initiative. It would either be that, or it would be to add rewards to EOTM so that people can go to EOTM when it's dead. But the problem with EOTM, as I understand it, is that you really don't want to pull people off maps. Like, EOTM doesn't contribute to world versus world. It's not really like a world versus world map. You don't generate score when you're there, you don't participate in the matchup when you're there. It's like its own little separate thing. And so if you were instead... hold on, I have to think. Fuck. Wait, I stayed there too long. I got tunneled on my damn... I got tunneled on my CS. But if you give rewards to EOTM, then you just pull people off of core maps to EOTM, and you make EOTM even more dead. Or you make core maps even more dead. So people who queue on to normal world versus world maps, who don't know that you're supposed to like go to EOTM for content, are just going to think it looks even more dead. Whereas if you were just going to close Alpine Borderlands, then you funnel people into EBG, which is already kind of the natural landing point for people who don't really know how world versus world works. Alright, I need to pay more attention when I'm CSing, because I have a tendency to not move while I'm in CS, because I know it's just going to pull me back to where I was already. And against boys, that is going to kill me. Their damage is way too high for me to just linger and not really do anything. Is that a clone? Yeah, it's a clone. Alright, let's get mantras ready. Mantra, mantra. EOTM could also do some updating to allow Warclaw guiding. I don't think they should, because I think it would break the map. I don't think EOTM was made with gliding in mind, or with Warclaw in mind, and if you think the terrain breaks in, like, Alpine BLs are bad right now, the terrain breaks in EOTM would be insane. And given that the terrain breaks that exist in World versus World right now on the normal maps have been around for years and haven't been fixed, I don't think the EOTM ones would ever get fixed either. So, like, yeah, you need to put down a ton of invis walls, you need to do a ton of terrain work, and I don't think that they either have the interest or the manpower or the availability to fix those map issues. Running around with no mount does feel bad, but like, I don't know. Y'all weren't around pre-Warclaw. Y'all don't remember swiftness stacking. If you're on a Firebrand and you're not casting Staff 3 on cooldown, you started playing in like 2022. You don't remember what it was like back in the day. Stab, cover boons. Head over here. I need to distort here, I guess, for my next head. And then I can Signet. I can distort again for stab. And I'm really just trying to buy time here for my stab mantra to come back. There it is. Stab mantra, heal, pulls in front. Stab up again, dodging in. Shatters. Give resistance here so we can keep moving. Much better. We're still not great at our CS. We didn't get our null field back because we were too slow, but it's hard when you've got quickness. Everything happens... Well, when you have quickness and no clones, it's difficult. Given it has no points, it doesn't matter. Would map breaks be worse than experience? Yes, because currently there's map breaks in World versus World, and points don't matter, and people complain about them. So, yes. Like, people complain about map breaks now, and PPT doesn't do anything except move you around in a matchup. People would absolutely complain about an EOTM. Like, oh, I had my castle with my bear in it, and then somebody glided into it and they killed the bear, and now I can't use like the bell buff to finish my achievement. When is ANET going to fix this? Saying points don't matter in regular World versus World and points don't matter in EOTM feels very different. I am deliberately misrepresenting it because I hold all the power as a streamer. You're not wrong. But at the same time, people would complain about map breaks in EOTM. 100%. I would stake my life on it. Now, I guess you could say, like, sure, people complain about it. Should you give any credence to the complaints? And, like, that would be valid, I guess, but... I think in general, and this applies to the map breaks and terrain issues that are in current Alpine BLs as well, and EBG, and the Red BL, I think it's a bad look to maintain map breaks in a live service game. It's probably something that you should fix. We did not get our null field back. That's sad. I wanted that. Alright, we can distort here. Send a Phantasm out. My commander's super deep. Give me my mantras back. My shatters back. I can distort again. This is my last stab. I can time warp here. That's resistance. I can swap over here. I can channel my mantra back. Now I have stab again. Quaggan's going to die, and there's nothing I can do to help it. I saw it happen, man. I saw it happen. Alright, everything here. I would really love to get you resistance here. I would love to get you boons here. I can give you like a null field here. I'm gonna pass away. Goodbye. I'm going to pass away. Never mind, I'm fine. I'm good, I'm chilling. I was never gonna pass away. Actually, I'm fine. I need to be back in party view. Just give the Warclaw to you specifically, and you'll spend 2 weeks finding all the map breaks. I don't think you need to do that when, like, Serial's done it already. If they did a no Warclaw or no gliding, would it make people rage quit? No, I think that would be an interesting bonus week. No gliding, no Warclaw. I mean, roamers would love it, because my understanding of roaming is that Warclaw is, like, the bane of their existence. And they would be happier if Warclaws, like, went extinct. So that actually might be a decent idea for a bonus week. It would be, that might be, I don't know how it would help off hours specifically, because I think the biggest concern facing off hours just is like, how do we find other people in the game mode to actually battle? But it would definitely be a bonus week that makes playing small scale or even solo more appealing. Yeah, it may bring back vets too. And like, I don't know. If you're gonna quit over one bonus week that you don't like, I feel like you have weak mental. The whole idea of running one bonus week at the end of the month is that if you don't like the bonus week, you can just take a week off. You can go play something else. And then the bonus week ends, and then you come back. And if you're like, oh god, no Warclaw, no gliding week, I'm so mad at Ain't It, I'm gonna quit and I'm never coming back, like, you already had a foot out the door. You were looking for a reason. Pulling. Put my face in it. Soak some evades. Good downs. My stab is fine. My stab is gone, but I shouldn't need it here. Stab. Cover boom. It's such a wasted dodge. Why would you bother? They're turning. I don't have stab for this. I need to roll stab. It's down to 1 stack. We're at 8 now. That's gonna be really hot. I need to distort my friends. Here, have a second one. I need everything down there. You have stab about to expire. Go ahead and hit your distort again. Now you can get it back with Signet. We'll just roll here. We're just gonna follow Boz. He's pushing in. Stab up here. I want to clip this tail, and then we're going to go back to circle. We're just going to stay right outside that dome. I'm going to roll a distort for my friends. Convert all of these. Stab up again. In we go. Alright, there we go. That's cleaned up. Could also have one of the Alpine Veils be vanilla, where the bonus event gimmick isn't active. Maybe. I'm not sure if they could do that from a technical standpoint. Because one of the other feedbacks that I was reading, either in Initiative or on the forums, I can't remember which one, is somebody was like, no downstate should be like a buff or a debuff that like the winning team gets. And my impression of that is it would be very, very difficult to code, because I don't think no downstate actually takes effect until you map swap. So I don't think that you can roll it out like on demand. Because if you're on the, like we saw it on reset, you can go back and look at the VOD. We queued into the map faster than we were able to get the no downstate debuff. So when our squad was playing on Friday, we had like 3 people who had the no downstate buff, and everybody else had no debuff. And it was kind of gross. Where is my commander going now? Rawls Respiel. Okay. The only semi-reasonable take on rage quitting over an event week would be feeling like Ain't fundamentally doesn't understand some aspect of the game. Like a no-stab week. No-stab week would be, like, really bad. But also, I feel like most of the people who would quit because they think Ain't doesn't really understand what makes the game probably quit when Red BL came out and didn't come back. And a lot of people quit when Red BL came out. A lot of people quit when Red BL came out. What if they did perma stabs? See what builds people would bring? Yeah, maybe. I think people, well, I don't know, because like if you brought a perma stab, if you had a perma stab week, you would basically make it useless to bring any kind of CC. And I think it's one of the weaknesses that no downstate has is, let's say that you're like a druid support and both of your elites are basically only used to rally people from downstate. You don't really do anything with your elite in no downstate, and it makes druids significantly worse as a support. Now, no downstate is still fine, because, like, res utilities are a relatively small portion of the game. But I think if you did something like an all stab all the time week, where you just had stab and it could never be removed, there's no reason to bring CC, there's no reason to bring something like brutality. You're making strips in general a lot worse, so you probably don't want to be running that either. Yeah, Rev has Boon Strip on hit if you have... Rev has brutality, which is if you have quickness, your auto attacks remove stability. Only one stack. I'm pretty sure that's brutality. I don't have a Rev in front of me, so I can't check. But yeah, Rev has that. Odell E waypoint. Yoink. Yeah, it's remove stab if you have quick. I think it may also give you quick on weapon swap. That also might be something else, though. That might be a trade interaction with something else. But yeah, brutality is really good. Sad. Sad, 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 sad. Sad. No ability to troll ring. We had that so saved if we were just a little bit faster, or if anyone had dove that ring for like a second. Yeah, that's brutality. So like you would never want to run brutality. And most of the reason that you bring strips is because you want to remove stability from enemies. So like it could be interesting, I guess, but it also just invalidates like a large swath of the game mode. Back to blue. I also think that a sick bonus week would be all gates and walls are destroyed all the time. And then increase Lord HP by like 5x. It should be next Friday, yeah. Don't understand this game. Where's the inserters and assemblers? They are not here, but there are assemblers. The inserters, unfortunately, everything is kind of like manual insertion. One HP gates and walls? Yeah, maybe 1 HP gates and walls, too. At least no downstate only impacts Druid and Ninja supports. Also affects Chronos if you're running IOL, and also affects Warriors if you're running Battle Standard, although you can still do things with Battle Standard. My commander has died. My commander is back. I don't know what's crashing him so much tonight, but I've been fine, fortunately. It's only like 3 people that are crashing. I feel so much lag in this bay. They're stacked right behind that gate inside, by the way, so if you're by bay, I would be careful. I'm just letting people know, because they're wandering around in front of it. I don't know, there was a group right behind gate. Did you crash again? Okay. Okay. I don't know why it's like only you and Night Fury and nobody else. And Zik. What I meant was, it's not me. Yeah. Any of you guys crashed tonight? So satisfying to see somebody die to Condies behind a gate. Definitely top 10 feelings of all time. Also, seeing somebody die to Condies after they glide away from you. Bonus points if they die in the air to Condies. Especially if they're an Ellie. Well, that's just like, it's satisfying to see an Ellie die. Full stop. Period. Concentration healing power? I love that from you. I'm going to add any planets to the Factorio run. You're enjoying Meraxes? Probably not this one. But I think I'll probably finish that Factorio run. Take a break from it to play something else. And then I might do like the All the Planets mod. Isn't there one that just adds like every planet? That could be interesting. I would either do that, or I would do the one that's like all everything on Nauvis. I think that's a conversion mod that's probably my speed. I don't know that I'm ever going to stream like Pyanodon or something because it's like 600 hours. I just don't want to stream anything for that long. But I could fiddle around with a couple additional planets. That would be neat. I don't have template set up. Let's do it. Oh, they're behind us. I need to distort this. This has to be distortion. It's the only thing I have. I'm gonna die. I can't get this this stab mantra off. Please, please. Okay, I at least have stab mantra. Time warp here. Not quite. I'm gonna pass away. Goodbye. I'm not gonna pass away. I'm gonna pass away. It was decent reaction time. But I don't think people were ready for it. Commander going green BL now. Ruthless, can I get LT to invite somebody? Ruthless? Can I get Ruthless? Can I get LT? Ruthless? Ruthless LT? Alright, I will just do it through Discord then, yeah. He does not want to give me LT. Is it request access? Is it announcements? Is it FAQ? Here it is. I found it. I found a link to K&T Discord. There we go. Look at Isaac in here. I didn't even know I was linked to him. Send him Angie hate mail? I would never. Isaac is my friend. Ruthless, well, yeah, I would send Ruthless Angie hate mail. I'll send him a letter that says XLT. And then I might need to drag him depending on where he is in comms. Now we're in public raid. He'll be able to get to us. Can I have LT so I can invite Isaac? Ruthless? Ruthless XLT, please. LTX. No, tournaments were an absolute nightmare for Churn. We'll never get tournaments again because everybody went so hard on them and quit. Yes. Couple months. Thanks, Ruthless. Alright, so Ruthless is done. Quite abruptly. I'm gonna go do my SAB dailies really quick. Because I need to knock those out still. I need to get out of this Discord right now. Okay, we're good. I need to stop recording. Factorio in like 30 minutes if you're here for Factorio. I just have to go do my wizard chores briefly. And not on this character either. Yeah, it makes sense why he was now not giving me LT. I feel bad for Isaac because Isaac was like, hey, can I come play with you guys before the week ends or before the month ends? I'm really excited to see you guys. It's been a long time since I got to play with you. Can I please get an invite? And then Ruthless is like, yeah, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm out. Peace. But that's just the way she goes sometimes. Sometimes she goes and sometimes she doesn't go, and this time she didn't go. Well, let's go knock out Trib, and then we'll go play Factorio. Go gamble on our Kaiser Snake weapons for the day. And we'll see just how fast you can do these. I need more energetic music for Sab, I think, actually. Hang on. I'm going to switch the playlist over. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Pull you up. You probably should have saved that tab, because you're going to use it in like 20 minutes. Like that audio. Let's go see what you've got for me. Videos, popular. About 2.5 hour John Carpenter style retro synth mix, royalty free, copyright safe music. Does that work for you guys? It's a little loud. That's probably better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This is sad music, though. We're here for serious gaming. I wonder if I could hit this monkey from here with the arrow. Oh my god, I can. It's beautiful. I did take some time over the weekend to do all of the World 3 stuff. So I've got the increased bauble bag and I've got the bow now. It's alright. Should finish Sab Weekly. Sab Weekly? There's a Sab weekly? I should finish my Sab weekly. Well, I can do it this weekend if there is one. I'm always down to do Trib World 1, if you ever want to. Holy cow, first try? He's actually anointed on Saturday. Time to throw it all away. So weekly for doing every zone. Shit, I should be doing that. Because I skip World 2 these days. We're fine. This is recoverable. Just remember how. First of all, get rid of this one. There you go. Loses Grandmaster Jumper. This is how I play Sab every day. I'm always this good. If anything, this is a little slow. I'm probably off my PB. Just don't ask me to do World 2. I did do Trib 2-1 over the weekend. I don't remember why. I think I wanted to know if I still had the sauce. And I did still have the sauce. It's not as bad as I remember. But I'm still not gonna make a habit out of it. Because it do be taking a while. A little greedy. Okay, don't count your chickens before they hatch, because you can still fuck this up. But you may have just done a perfect one. Like, this is the last spot you could fuck it up, basically. That's huge for a guy like me. Perfect 1-1. Well, I watched the World 3 Zone 3 Trib record. I did at one point. I ground the hell out of Trib 2 years ago to get the World True Bobble Infusion. And I basically haven't gone back since. But if the world record hasn't changed in the last 2 years, I watched it 2 years ago. Alright, keep it going. Every festival has a weekly, you should get X points per variance. Okay. I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, I also did 16 on both in 1 year. Did it 2 years ago. Last year I was like, I can't be fucked to do Trib basically at all. And this year I'm like, especially because you can buy the infusions now, I'm like, I'm so back. You son of a bitch. We're actually, I can show this because I'm on the chef. I want to get the 16x red bauble count. And currently we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I had a fourth one. Maybe it's 3 and a blue. I thought I was at 4. But I would really like to get to 16 red, 16 blue. I just think it's the coolest infusion. It's not like visually oppressive, and it also looks neat. Can't stack more than 8? I don't know about that. Is that true? Who said that? I saw the video that was 8 red, 8 blue, but I didn't know they cap at 8. Honestly, if they do, I just like Sab so much that I would start putting, like, the reds on a second character. What else am I going to do with my bauble bubbles? Spend them on the weekly vendor? I don't think so. So all cosmetic infusions. Okay. I didn't actually know that. That's good tech. That's good intel. Ooh, that was almost too far. Ooh, that was too far. Alright, so we're not perfect. But we're still doing very well. Get baited. So why couldn't you have just done it like that last time? We die on Worm this run, though. I can feel it. The last 2 times I've done Worm, I haven't died. I'm due. It's like around here. Like here. I mean, if I'm going to be using infusions in World versus World, it's already slightly scuffed because they don't decrease damage to lords. Or decrease damage taken from lords and guards. It's like I'm already not running an optimal build. I'll live. Cloggin, you're halfway to World 1 with 5 days to go. I'll grind that with you tomorrow if you remind me. Actually, that's not true. I'll grind that this weekend with you if you remind me. I'm actually really busy tomorrow and Friday. Getting ready to stream the 5v5 tournament with pandas. But if you just want to, like, do 3 World 1s in a row on Sunday, I'll do that with you. Oh, it's close. This is very close. Yeehaw. Alright, that's a 2 death World 2. I should have made that jump, but... Are you going for World 2 this year as well, or are you just focusing on World 1 for this year? As somebody who did both in the same year, I can't really recommend it. I'd say it did damage to me overall, but, like, I got better. So... Okay. Still absolutely nothing for our tribs this year. We've got nothing at all. Did I, though? I mean, I definitely did it. I guess I'm not sure if I got better, but I definitely did it. And not only did I do it, but I think I had to do World 2 6 times in one day. That was a long day. But gosh darn it, I did do it. That was I probably didn't need to go that hard. But I was like, I really like the bubble infusions and I wanted more of them. And I guess if you run it, like, a lot, you kind of get your pacing down. I was really fast at 2-1 and 2-3 by the end of that. I have gotten much slower at them. 2-2 I never really got the hang of, because so much of it is tied up in the RNG and the dodge jump onto the cloud. The rest of it, I don't think is horrible, but That cloud you can do it in like 45 seconds, or you could be there for like 20 minutes. Two, 3 kills you? Is 2-3 really that bad? Am I forgetting? I never felt like 2-3 was that bad. Maybe I need to do it to remind myself. Well, a little too far ahead. That's our first legitimate mistake so far. The other two have been a little RNG. Get up there. Really? Really? There you go. Mostly done. Only really like one hard part. The guessing game on where the spikes are in the log. Yeah. So close. One of these days we'll actually do that blind and it'll feel great. Freaking rude. Taste it. Not quite, but that's okay. This is recoverable. Get rid of the frog so you don't have any complications. And then just stay on the right side and you're home free. Doesn't really matter too much if you actually miss that cloud. That is a fast world one. It's not like speedrun, but it is a very speedy one. Give me a shard of your amulet, please. Thank you. This one we just soak. I don't think you can dodge it anyway. Yoink. There we go. Still nothing. Man, we have rolled so low on our trib chests this year. It's fine, because we're actually here for bauble bubbles, but still. It'd be nice to get something. Let's get me on cart. We do not need to do cart. Let's score on the cart. I will leave his cart intact. He only has 6 more payments on it. It would be rude to destroy it. Gotta turn our baubles in. It's not you. It's you. Give me 3 of these. Does that put us at another one? It does. Pick up another red. And then get me out of here. So that is now 4 red. Don't you get a bubble from the bonus area? I don't think so. Maybe. If you do, I'm going to have to sit through it more often, because I've skipped it basically every time. Mighty World v World. Red. Yeah, that is true. They don't really look like they're stacking. I'll have to swap some stats around to get them to run a bit better. But that's where we're going to be done with Guild Wars. So, if you are only here for Guild Wars 2 content, there's going to be nothing more for you in the rest of the stream. You should check out my Discord, where you can sign up for stream pings for when we're going live in the future. You should check out my YouTube channel if you're interested in edited, curated World vs. World guide videos and other World vs. World content. And you should check out the VODs channel if you are interested in catching up what we've done on the stream in the past. For everybody else who would like to continue sticking around, we are going to hop into Factorio, and we're going to launch a rocket off of Gleba today, I think.